Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost. Thank you so much for being on my channel where we are talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. And I want to talk today about the sickest part of why the narcissist traumatizes you, right? If you know about narcissistic abuse, you'll know that these cycles, this relationship runs because of trauma bonds, right? That the narcissist creates a dynamic called a trauma bond, which relies on a very strong attachment, enmeshment to them. I call it an enmeshment because it's spiritual, emotional, physical. It's on a very strong energetic level beyond just a physical dependency or an emotional one, actually. It's spiritually connected, psychically connected. But the reason they traumatize you so badly, right? So one, the relationship must run on trauma bonds. That keeps you there, that keeps you in withdrawal from them, that keeps you wanting them, that keeps you being eroded, lowering your standards, doing anything for the relief of, you want your abuser to be your reliever, basically. You want the person who gives you the pain to be the one that takes it away. That's the mastery of keeping someone in such an imbalanced state that they're trauma bonded. Yeah, the mind is in complete cognitive dissonance, the body's completely imbalanced, and so now you're not actually rational, you're just responding in a very strong way. I call it an enmeshment because it's stronger than an addiction. It's actually a stronger enmeshment than most addictions. You're now needing them to take the pain away. The beauty of trauma bonding, because of how they mess up your system so much with complete manipulation at such a high level and psychic attack. Beyond that, during the discard, during the smear campaign, during the atrocities that they're capable of doing to you, right? They want to hurt you so bad. Why? Because you'll never forget them. If they can traumatize you so bad, you will always have the pain that they can siphon off you in the energetic realm. That's the truth. That if you still hold pain over the situation, you're not resolved, you haven't been able to let go of it, right? They can still siphon your energy and they will be the most significant thing in your life. That's why they hurt you so badly. They've got no intention of changing. They never did. They never had. They know exactly what they're doing, right? And we've got to change some of these narratives because we're thinking they're just traumatized children. They're not. If you're watching this channel and you have been narcissistically abused, you would have been heavily traumatized often, and you're not going out there, I don't think, on the planet intentionally hurting other people. In fact, for most of us, like I was thinking about this the other day, like what would it take for me to actually want to hurt someone? I don't think I personally could do it. I'm not saying you're wrong if you've reacted in abuse, but actually to want to hurt someone, it would take a person quite a lot. Like I don't think it's not easy to do unless you're this dark, right? In which case they thrive on the pain. They get pleasure and a power hit from how much pain they can cause you. That's what they get off on. We've got a problem with the narrative, right? If you ever watch like movies or documentaries on sociopaths, the way that they display it to us, right, as normal people, whatever normal is non-sociopathic, empathetic, kind-hearted, want to do our best, want to love, human, like not soul-detached like a narcissist. The way they always tell the story is like you kind of learn about the sociopath, but what everyone's interested in is what happened in their life to make them that way. I personally think this is a very dangerous narrative. There's not a lot of statistical evidence that narcissists are particularly traumatized. In fact, the narcissists that I've come about and studied and I don't think it's statistically high that they've gone through high levels of trauma. In fact, their victims go through high levels of trauma and generally get completely disabled in some way, dismantled, unable to function very well in life. They get PTSD, they get physical illness, they get emotional, mental imbalances. Like they're the ones that can't function. They don't go out and become narcissists. So because we as empathetic humans need a reason, because for us personally, it's only if we're tormented enough, antagonized enough, right, that we would ever be able to react in such a way to hurt someone. That's the issue, right? You may have done it. You may have lashed out, you may have said things you regret, you may have done things you regret when you were pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. But it takes a human, right, a balanced human with empathy and humanity intact, a really long time to get to the point where they would directly on purpose hurt someone. So because we can't understand this, what we want to understand is why they did it. This is the cycle you run with the narcissist, the whole confusion. You want to know, are they a narcissist? Will they ever change? You want to try and understand them. You're projecting empathy on them the whole time. We all do, right? We're trying to understand. We want to give them another chance. We want to understand where they're coming from so that we can make peace with it and help grow with them. But that is nothing that they want. And if you watch like real stuff on sociopaths, so Dr. Ramani, who talks about narcissists, I'm just looking recently at a few other teachers just to see their point of view, and I've looked at them over time. She says that not all sociopaths are narcissists, but all narcissists are sociopaths. Here's the thing. They don't need any trauma to inflict pain. In fact, a lot of them, because they're sociopathic, enjoy it. They get a hit. They feel such a power surge by what harm they can cause on you. That's the reason. It's not because they were so traumatized as children. The narcissist is not just a traumatized kid. Most people here have had, a lot of people here, maybe not most, but a lot of us here have had childhood trauma. It didn't turn us into narcissists or sociopaths, right? They do make a spiritual choice, but what compels them isn't their trauma. It's the pleasure they get at being powerful enough to hurt someone. And the lack of guilt and remorse makes them feel powerful. And this is why they can't heal and why they won't heal. Because they don't want to give it up. If you hear them on interviews, like they'll say, like, they think they're superior. They don't want to work out how to connect to their hearts and feel remorse and guilt. They think it's inferior. They think you're inferior. They think the fact that you've got empathy, the fact that you care, the fact that you love them, they have great contempt for it. Right? That's where they stand. It's a spiritual sickness. It's a spiritual issue. So we want to know why they're doing what they're doing. And this is what keeps people so trapped in their healing journey, because they want to understand the narcissist so bad. And most of us in the relationship, I was there, I wanted to understand them. I wanted to give them my compassion, my empathy, you know, all the time, right? But the thing is, what drives them is the thing that we will never understand, because we're never capable of it. What drives them is that your pain makes, like, how much they can affect you is how powerful they feel over you, which is exactly what drives them. If they can get away with things with no consequences, they feel extremely proud of themselves, extremely pleased with themselves, right? How much they affect you negatively. So if you discard them and they can cause you so much pain and so much trauma, not only are they siphoning your energy because you're still trapped in pain, but that's the hit for them. That's the hit. You're affected and they're not, right? And they're going to try and traumatize you as much as they can, not just because it erodes your self-esteem and makes you an easy source of repeat supply, but because it makes them feel extremely powerful and superior over you. And if they traumatize you enough, as sick as it is, you'll never forget them. And that's exactly where they want you to be. Never getting over them, never forgetting them. Every relationship from now on being tainted and influenced by what you've gone through. And I'm asking you, heal. Because they win there, right? We win when we get sovereign. If you can join sovereign, we're doing pre-work now. The modules haven't started. I'm going to launch. I'm opening it right now so you can enroll. We'll do the pre-work. They win when your life is defined by what they did to you. You can't fake healing. You can't. You know what I mean? It's not denying what happened to you. I will never ever forget what happened to me, but it doesn't define me in sense of. It hasn't got any emotional control over me anymore. I had a beautiful, when my clients say, I don't feel guilty anymore, I don't feel shame anymore. They're free to be themselves and in their power. Oh, I don't forget it. I don't forget it at all. And nor does the divine. Once you take your energy back, they get their karma. But I have to tell you that what they want, how they win, They do things to you that are so unforgivable, so unforgettable, so traumatic that their life, what they did to you defines your life, defines your life. And you're still in the pain. That's why it's so important for us to heal. They do siphon off that energy, and that's exactly what they get their hit off. As sick as it is, they completely dissolve in their power. When what they did to you no longer defines your life, your relationships, your finances, the love you give, the love you receive, you get to love and be loved. When you know it happened, you're not ashamed of it, you can speak about it if you want to. It doesn't define your life in any way. It was something that happened, like a bad storm, like a bad dream. And you are fully you, even better version of you, but you're not defined by them. You know, even like the idea of being defined by them in any way, it's not like the point of this. Because when what they did hasn't stopped you, right, doesn't define you, in fact, isn't even something that, you know, has any control, power or emotional attachment anymore, that's when you win, when you come back into yourself and there is, you know, there's no attachment there. There's no way in which their traumatizing work, because they want to do something so bad to you, so significant that they're the most significant thing in your life. And the thing is, that changes when you are the most significant thing in your life. No matter what's happened to you, no matter how hard it's been and what you've been through, you don't have to forget. I'll never forget. But I don't let it define me in the way of, not in the way they want it to. You know what I mean? Not in spite of them, right? Just in love of me. Like, so understand that your resolution doesn't come from getting one over on them. I really don't like it when people talk in this. Like, you know, when I see on the internet people searching for things like, how do I get revenge? Or there's titles like that, how do I get revenge on a narcissist? Do you see how low you've gone in your life when your life is defined by how you get one up on them? What can I use to get at them? What can I use to destroy a narcissist? Now we're becoming sociopathic. We don't need to play there, right? We can build better lives, communities, operate from love, better situations that we enjoy our abundance and enjoy our free life and our true life authentically, not being defined by them, not being defined by anything they did to us, and certainly not turning dark. If you don't need that, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that look where it's making us play. We don't want to be doing that. I don't want to waste my time with that. I want to waste my time on how I can be the best I can be, right? It's not even a waste of my time. I want to enjoy my time living my life. I want to enjoy my time experiencing my life, right? We've only got now. So whatever you think you've lost, now is what you've got, right? So our time is always now. If you want to join Sovereign, look at the comments. I've also got Live Fully Now and private coaching. Lots of love, guys. I'll speak to you soon.